Okay, so I do a lot of recording with my GoPro. Love it. It's just a simple setup that I have. And I'll show you that right here just so you guys can see it. And it's going to be this right here, the GoPro Hero 9. We're going to get into a little bit of details in here, but I love this thing. The reason why I love it and I recommend it a lot is because a lot of people get complicated. A lot of people want to get big cameras to do content creation and things like that. And then they stop because it's too complicated. Things like this, it's just going to be really, really simple for you to record. And then you can continue to build your YouTube channel, maybe recording videos with your family and things like that. Again, it's going to be simple, so you're going to be able to do more of it. So I'm going to show you a couple different things that I have here for my GoPro that I have used in the past, and just give you a little bit of details. Maybe something could help you out. This is not one of those videos that has all the GoPro accessories or anything. This is just stuff that I use, and it has been pretty beneficial to me. Obviously, we're going to leave the GoPro here for the last, and I'm going to put it to the side. And I'm going to start with this. All the links are going to be down below for you guys to check it out. But I love this thing, especially when I'm doing motor vlogging and things like that. It's very easy for me to grab it, and obviously it's a clamp. So you could get this clamp it to, wherever you could clamp it, right? And then you could get this gooseneck here and kind of modify it and put the GoPro in the frame that you want to. You could also remove this section right here, and again, you could just use the clamp. Now, there is a lot of different ones in Amazon. You could get the one that you want to. There's a lot of copies and things like that. I got the one for GoPro. It has been fantastic. I have put it on my motorcycle going, pretty decent speed, and it holds just fine. So again, I can't really talk about the other ones. I'm saying that this one is pretty decent, and I use this all the time. Good thing about this is that you could use it obviously as a clamp, but you could also use it as a selfie stick in a way. You could just hold this and just use it just like this, and then whenever you get back to whatever position, you could clamp it and it worked just fine. So the next piece of equipment that I'm going to show you is going to be this from Ulanzi. And I love this thing because it's super big. You're going to see some B-roll here, me using this. But again, I love it because first of all, it has a really nice grip. You can hold it really, really well. So it kind of feels good. But not only is a selfie stick, it's also a tripod. So this thing is going to open up just simply by opening this up, and then you can open the tripod. Again, I'm going to show you some B-roll so you can see it. Love this thing. One thing that I also like is it has a detachment setup. So you can press right here on the side, there's a button, and then you can rotate and take this. And this is kind of like a magnet as well, so it's going to magnetize right there. And then when you rotate it, you hear the click, and that's it, right? So again, you can set up this anywhere, use it with your GoPro, but if you want to take the GoPro off and leave the stick and, on the tripod configuration or something like that, you could do that too. So I love this because you could get a lot of different frames with the GoPro, like typically you cannot get. Look how much it extends. It's pretty long. So again, you could get a little bit of reach out there. Maybe some places that you want to record that you just can't reach or whatever, you could utilize this. Again, the price for this is fantastic. But check it out. If you don't want to get something so big, like a super big grip or something like that, you could go for the shorty. This thing is fantastic. You could hold it just like this. And again, it's very, very small. So it allows you to have a really small setup, right? So that's something that you want to do. Obviously, you can. Obviously, it has a little tripod just like this, as you can see it right here. And it extends as well. So you actually could get a little bit of reach if you really want to, like this, or obviously close, right? Again, the shorty is pretty fantastic. It's really cool. And again, it's one of those pieces of equipment that you could put a GoPro here and you can put it in your back pocket and it's going to work just fine. Now, I'm just going to show you the media mod here. This thing is freaking awesome. Obviously, it's going to make your GoPro a little bit bigger, but again, pretty fantastic as well. I'm going to show it to you guys right here. And the reason why you want to get a media mod is for a couple different reasons. First of all, you have your cold shoe right here and one right here, right? So if you're looking to mount a microphone so you could have better audio on your GoPro, this is the way it's going to be, right? You're going to be able to mount that right there, right? It could be a shotgun mic, it could be a wireless mic or something like that. And then back here, obviously, you're going to have your 3.5 input, right? So having that 3.5 input is going to allow you to connect that microphone right there, right? You can't do that in the GoPro. It's no 3.5 mic. You're going to have to get one of this in order to bring a microphone. But not only that, you also have a USB-C, so you could charge your GoPro through there. You could download whatever, footage you're recording, all that. And you have a micro HDMI, and this allows you to bring the camera into a computer or something like that as an HDMI sword, right? So again, I've done this where I could live stream with the GoPro, bring it into my setup right here because I use that right here. So obviously it's going to make it a little bit bigger, but it is what it is. Again, you're going to have a cold shoe. You're going to have two. You're going to have that 3.5 mic. You're going to have, that USB-C, that micro USB. And then you have the choice to use this microphone right here, which is a little bit better. Some people say it's a little bit better. I don't see too much of a difference, but some people say it's a little bit better. But the thing about this is that you're going to be able to select if you want the front mic or the rear mic. So if you're talking to the front, obviously you're going to be able to reduce some of the sounds from the back. In my opinion, it's maybe a little tiny better, but the audio here on the GoPro is good enough. And when you process the audio through Final Cut Pro or editing software, it's actually quite good. So again, the media mod is something that if you need to have that microphone, it's probably going to be the best choice that you could get, right? If you're looking to put a better microphone into this, obviously it's going to be the better choice. A microphone such as this, the DJI mic right here, again, you could utilize something like this on the media mod. By the way, this DJI mic are fantastic. I am going to link it down below as well. This thing is just freaking awesome. I got to tell you, really, really good. You have essentially a receiver, you have two transmitters, and you have the ability to put this in your camera via 3.5 mic, or you could use the attachments that they have so you could connect it to an iPhone or a USB-C device as well. So again, really, really fantastic. If you don't have a camera with a 3.5 or you don't have a phone or something like that, you could utilize this transmitters as a recorder alone, which makes it really, really good. Everything's being charged right here, and I tell you, this thing is awesome. Okay, so this setup right here is so good, and again, I linked all this down below, and I like it because it's small and it's easy to utilize, really easy to utilize. Like I say, a lot of people get complicated and they don't produce content because it's really, really difficult. This thing is just so easy. Look how easy you can hold this and make videos, right? So what we got right here is obviously the GoPro Hero 9, right? And this camera has done really, really well, and I have used it a lot, right? I have this little cover right here. Again, this is going to cover my lens, and you want to be able to protect that lens at all costs, right? You don't want to break that. Another thing that I have right here is going to be this thumb screw right here. Usually the one from GoPro is a little bit of a pain on the butt. You can kind of see it right here, right? This one is so much better. You don't need a tool or anything like that. Obviously, if you're jumping out of airplanes or something, maybe you want to have the one with the tool so you could crank it down. But in this one, I mean, you could crank this down pretty well to the point that it won't move. And again, you don't need a tool or anything like that. And now here we got the GoPro Volta, right? And this thing is going to be a power bank. So a lot of people say this is pretty much having like 3 more batteries, 2.5 to 3 more batteries on your GoPro. And in my experience, I have used this all day long and I never run out of battery, right? So again, this thing is fantastic. Not only is a power bank that is charging the GoPro, it's also give you some capabilities, right, where you could turn the camera on, you can start recording and all that. In fact, you take the cable off, you could use this as a Bluetooth, as kind of like a remote, if you want to put it that way. So again, that's fantastic as well. If I press right here on the battery, it's going to give me a battery indicator. You can see that I have 3 right there. And like I say, charge my GoPro when it needs it, right? Right here on the side, you have your USB-C to charge this power bank, obviously. And here on the side, if I press this button, it's going to push this out right here. And again, you could put something else in there. In order to close it, you do have to press the button and close it. And it has a little tripod kind of set up. It's a little awkward sometimes, but again, you know, you have a little tripod right there, right? So it works that too. And also, one last thing, you could move this, as you can see, you can move the GoPro in different directions. So far, I've been pretty in love with this. I love it. I think the Volta is fantastic. I think that one improvement that they could make is that eventually you could kind of like have some kind of extension so you can extend it. That would be pretty fantastic as well. Obviously, it has a way to connect it to a tripod down here, and you have the lanyard. Again, this thing is awesome. I got to tell you, I love it. I record videos with this all the time. And again, I just wanted to show you a couple different GoPro accessories that I constantly use, right? Everyone has a different requirement out there. Some of you guys may use different accessories. You're welcome to share the best accessories in the comments down below. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you in the next one.